Silk originates from the mulberry tree. It is made of silk spun by silkworms, and is woven with exquisite craftsmanship to obtain silk satin, showing the glory of the nobility. More than 5,000 years ago, Chinese ancestors invented methods of growing mulberry, raising silkworms, reeling and weaving silk. Since the Western Han Dynasty, Chinese silk has been shipped abroad in large quantities, opening up economic and cultural exchanges between the East and the West, and becoming a world-famous product. Over time, silk, as a great invention in ancient China, has become an important symbol of Chinese civilization. Silk fiber is a natural fiber rich in silk. When silkworms spin silk, they spin out to silk threads at the same time. After solidification, they merge to form one silk thread. The glue content on each thread, the silk that is spit out at the beginning has a lower sericin content, and the silk that is spit out at the end has the highest sericin content. Silk fiber has a relatively complete fibrous structure, which can fully reflect the excellent quality of natural fibers. Thanks to the characteristics of the raw materials, clothing made of smooth silk fabrics makes people feel more comfortable to wear. At the same time, it also has good moisture absorption and release properties. Wearing it in summer can quickly dissipate sweat and heat discharged from the human body, making people feel extremely cool. At the same time, thanks to the porous fiber structure, silk raw materials also have good warmth retention properties. The weaving process of silk is divided into 3 steps: reeling, weaving, and printing dyeing. The original method of reeling is to soak silkworm cocoons in a hot pot of soup, draw the silk by hand, and wind it on a silk basket to become the raw material for weaving silk. A silkworm cocoon can extract about 1,000 meters of cocoon silk, and several cocoon silks merge into raw silk. After processing, raw silk is divided into warp threads and weft threads, and they are interwoven with each other according to certain organizational rules to form silk fabrics, which is the weaving process. The process of making fabric from warp and weft yarns without refining and dyeing is called raw weaving. This production method has low cost and short process, and is the main method used in silk weaving production. Cooked weaving means that the warp and weft silks are dyed before weaving, and the finished silk does not need to be refined and dyed to become the finished product. This method is mostly used in the production of high-grade silk fabrics, such as brocade, taffeta, etc. The process of chemical treatment of textile materials is called printing and dyeing. The quality of printing and dyeing has an important impact on the use value of textiles. The process mainly includes the refining, bleaching, dyeing, printing, and finishing of raw silk and fabrics. According to ancient legends, Li Su, the wife of the Yellow Emperor, invented raising silkworms to obtain silk. In the middle of the Neolithic period, 5,000 or 6,000 years ago, China began to raise silkworms, obtain silk, and weave silk. Agriculture developed greatly during the Shang Dynasty, and the sericulture industry also reached a certain scale. During the Qin and Han dynasties, a large-scale official silk industry was established, and its products mainly met the needs of the palace and government. The private silk weaving industry also developed greatly, and some workshops formed their own product characteristics. During the Western Han Dynasty, the focus of silk production was in the middle and lower reaches of the Yellow River. Starting from the Eastern Han Dynasty, Shu brocade in the southwest region became a nationally famous silk product. During the same period, silk trade and export also reached unprecedented prosperity. During the period of Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, he attacked the Xiongnu from the north and controlled the Hexi leading to the western regions. Shang Qian made two missions to the western regions, connecting the mainland of the Central Plains to the western regions, and connecting the Eurasian continent. The promotion of trade further developed the economic and cultural exchanges between the Central Plains and its frontiers, and between China and its east-west neighbors, thus forming the famous Silk Road. At that time, Chinese silk was continuously exported to Central Asia, West Asia, and to Europe through the Silk Road. Chinese silk production technology also spread to Central Asia during this period. The Tang Dynasty was the heyday of silk production, with output, quality, and variety reaching unprecedented levels. Silk production organizations are divided into three types: palace handicraft industry, rural side industry, and independent handicraft industry. The scale is greatly expanded compared with the previous generation. At the same time, the silk trade in the Tang Dynasty also developed rapidly. Silk products were exported to Japan, Southeast Asia, India, and even Europe through the maritime Silk Road. The folk silk weaving industry in the Song Dynasty was very developed. In addition to being a traditional handicraft industry in rural areas, a large number of silk weaving workshops emerged in cities, and the power of private machine households continued to grow. Silk production in the northern Song Dynasty took the Yellow River Basin, Jiangnan region, and Sichuan region as important production areas. The silk producing area in Sichuan is represented by Nanchong City. Nanchong is located in the northeast of the Sichuan Basin and the middle reaches of the Jiaoling River. The terrain is mainly hilly, with a mild climate and abundant rainfall. It is suitable for planting mulberry and raising sericulture. It has a history of sericulture for more than 3,000 years. It is known as a famous place for silk brocade. The silk spinning and clothing industry is the industry with the longest history and the strongest foundation among Nanchong's industrial categories. It has the most complete silk industry chain at home and abroad. From silkworm cultivation and comprehensive development to silk reeling, silk weaving, printing and dyeing, and clothing production, a complete industrial system has been formed. The rich silk culture gives Nanchong silk excellent quality. Its most prominent features are consistent silk color, uniform density, clear texture, soft and gorgeous. Textile fabrics have a smooth hand feel. Crepe fabrics are extremely elastic. Light fabrics are like cicada wings, light and elegant. Heavy fabrics have a strong shape and are firm and plump. In the early years of the Republic of China, a new silk factory was established in Nanchong, and the silk weaving industry developed vigorously. In the early 1920s, Nanchong silk won the international awards, marking Nanchong silk's dominant position and good reputation internationally. In 1990, Nanchong's raw silk output was 2,886 tons, and silk fabric output was 38.87 million meters, reaching the highest peak in history. In April 2005, it was awarded the title of Chinese Silk Capital by the China Silk Association. In 2013, Nanchong City produced 2,000 tons of mulberry silk, 35 million meters of silk fabrics, and 3.1 million pieces of clothing, making it the largest silk production base in China. So far, a total of 300 million yuan has been invested in sericulture development. 210,000 acres have been grafted and improved. More than 20,000 large sericulture households have been cultivated. 450,000 acres of new mulberry orchards have been developed, and the total area of mulberry orchards has reached 990,000 acres. Today, Nanchong silk industry still occupies an important position in Sichuan province's silk industry, producing approximately 60 million meters of silk fabrics every year. There are more than 50 million pieces of silk products of various types, with an annual output value of more than 3 billion yuan. During the Southern Song Dynasty, silk production areas were basically concentrated in the Yangtze River Basin. Silk production in the south of the Yangtze River had an absolute advantage. Zhejiang has become a veritable silk city. The main silk producing areas in Zhejiang are represented by Huzhou City. Geographically, Huzhou is located in the north of Jiangsu province, adjacent to Taihu Lake. The soil texture and climate conditions on the shores of Taihu Lake are very conducive to the production of sericulture. At the same time, it is located at an important transportation hub in Suzhou and Hangzhou. It has developed waterways and land transportation. including crisscrossing rivers and canals, which facilitates the transportation and market expansion of silk products. This transportation advantage also made Huzhou the center of silk trade. More than 4,700 years ago, the ancestors of Huzhou were already engaged in planting mulberry, raising silkworms, reeling silk and weaving silk. In Huzhou, where silk is well developed, Nanchong Jili silk is the most popular. Nanchong is the hometown of silkworms, and the Jilihu silk produced is the best silk. From the Tang and Song dynasties to the Republic of China, Nanchong was the place with the best silk, the largest production scale, and the highest technological content in the country. At the same time, it is also the place where silk production is most concentrated in the entire Jiangsu and Zhejiang regions. On May 1, 1851, the silk produced in Jili village, Nanchong town, Huzhou city, won the gold medal in the raw material category at the London World Expo for its white, clean, flexible, and tough characteristics. This was Huzhou silk, and even Chinese products debut on the World Expo. During the Tongxi period in 1860, Huzhou's total raw silk exports accounted for 1/3 of the country's total. After 1949, Huzhou's silkworm seeds, mulberry seeds, raw silk, and silk satin all ranked first in the country. And they always accounted for 1/10 of our country's total, and silk and satin accounted for 1/3 of the country's. So far, the silk industry is a major characteristic and advantageous industry in Huzhou city. Over the past 40 years of reform and opening up, Huzhou's silk industry has always adhered to quality, explored cultural heritage, and innovated technology. From mulberry planting, sericulture, silk reeling, weaving, printing and dyeing, to clothing, home textile products, and comprehensive utilization of cocoon silk. The silk industry chain in Huzhou city continues to extend. It ranks first in the country in terms of output and quality. With the continuous development of science and technology, China's silk industry has gradually achieved technological upgrading and innovation. In recent years, the silk industry has made a lot of progress in technology, such as digital technology, intelligent manufacturing technology, bioengineering technology, etc., which are increasingly used in silk production. The application of these technologies will help improve production efficiency, reduce costs, improve product quality, and meet consumer needs. With the popularity of the internet and logistics, online channels have gradually become an important sales channel. Through cross-border e-commerce platforms, companies can expand overseas markets and increase brand awareness and market share. At the same time, cross-border e-commerce also provides consumers with a more convenient shopping experience and more choices. As consumer demand gradually increases, China's silk industry is also constantly upgrading its products. For example, the launch of new products with higher quality, more environmental protection, and more functionality meet consumers' requirements for health, environmental protection, and performance. With the diversification of consumer demands, personalized customization has become the mainstream trend in the development of the silk industry. Enterprises can meet consumers' individual needs for styles, colors, materials, etc. through customized services, improve the added value and market competitiveness of products.